Darren Steen here with a great upper body chest exercise, and it's the evolution of the push-up. Now, we've talked a lot about push-ups in the past. Everyone can do them, but can you do them better? I think you can. I'll give you some 6 or 7 techniques here that'll work great. But first things first, I want you to feel how the chest muscles actually contract. Now, what a lot of people do when they bench press straight bar or they do push-ups is they're getting aggressive and they're going like this. All right, that works the chest a little bit and puts a lot of stress in the shoulder. But actually, the chest muscles work ideally when you push them together like a dumbbell chest press. I want you to open up that chest, and I want you to squeeze those fists together, and I want you to feel those chest muscles activate. That's the mindset that you're going to use when you're doing these push-up techniques that I'm going to show you. So go ahead and practice that first, up tall, and then smush something flat between your fist and really feel those chest muscles get warm in a unique way. So entry level, there's a lot of options, but a really easy one is, come right over here, Liz, is just against the wall. You know, if you're just starting out and you got a little bit of upper body strength, get a ledge about hip high off the floor. Nice, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Keep your body nice and straight like a board. Down, tap that sternum on the surface. And now push those fists together. The fists really don't move, but it's an isometric, it's a thought that gives you more of an isometric focus on the chest. So this would be just entry level or slightly intermediate. Nice and slow, about 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up. If someone was even more entry level than that, they could get their hands higher off the floor, about chest level, come up here and do that same isometric squeeze. Now, even though this is very entry level, it's very safe, and if you isometrically squeeze these using your mind with that technique, you're going to get a really nice focus on the chest muscles with that push-up technique. Now, for people that are more advanced, like Dr. Mercola, we got to do some things so that their chest muscles can actually get stimulated, because that's not going to do it. Whenever we do push-ups off the floor, if we put our hands flat on the floor, little bit of a chance of an issue in the wrist. Some people can do it, some people can't do it without feeling issues. And that if you do it over 10 years, that issue might flare up over chronic long-term use, and it might be pretty severe. So start right now trying to protect the wrist by maybe grabbing dumbbells or keeping those fists straight. If you don't have dumbbells, maybe you can get used to just putting your knuckles on the floor so that wrist stays nice and stiff and protected versus doing this right here. We love dumbbell handles, and if someone's intermediate to advanced with their body being horizontal to the floor, doesn't really cut it, because they can do too many repetitions, and it's an endurance exercise, not a hypertrophy or a size building exercise. So what we want to do is we want to put the feet up on something. For Dr. Mercola or someone pretty advanced with their chest movements, this might not be quite high enough. So if we could get something about that high right there to put our feet on, that would even be better. Push your elbows out to the sides to feel the stretch in the chest, and visualize squeezing your elbows to come to meet in the middle. Elbows out. And obviously, we could do a lot of things if we wanted to make this a full body exercise by doing rows, stuff like that. But if we want to focus on just the chest muscles, push those elbows out, squeeze those elbows together. That's a great exercise right there. One last thing to work your core on this evolution of push-ups. You could do something, if you have a Bosu ball, turn that Bosu ball upside down, put your hands right on the edge, get those feet nice and high. Again, your wrists are protected because your wrists are straight. Push your elbows out to the side. Oh, nice and slow. Push your elbows out. You'll feel the chest stretch. Push those elbows to meet in the middle. Now, if you do a push-up and those elbows go behind you, you're going to work your chest a little bit, but you're going to work those triceps quite a bit. And we want to keep the triceps out as much as we can. That's why the ideal technique is to push those elbows out, feel the chest stretch, and then push those elbows, visualize that they're just meeting right in the middle, and that's where you're going to activate the chest more. There you go, it's the evolution of the push-up.
So we're going to do the double bench. This is not the ideal thing, but we sort of improvise. Ideally, you'd like to have some type of platform that you're doing it on. But it reminds me of the most difficult push-up I ever did in my life. I went on this hyperbolic system called 0G, which is what the astronauts train on. So you actually go into 0G, no gravity, but it's like 30 seconds of no gravity, but also 30 seconds of double gravity. So for literally 30 seconds, you weigh twice your normal body weight. So for me, that's like close to 400 pounds. And have you ever tried to do a push-up at 400 pounds?
I'd love to try it.
Oh my God, and it's just normal horizontal push-ups, you know? It was. I think I could do 2, and that was it. And even then, the second one, I don't think I did a full one. But
I would say at this angle here, Doc, that you're probably getting up to 250, 280.
Yeah,
You're getting more weight on the chest.
Yeah.
And
So
like Doc said, it's a little unstable, but I'm just going to hold it.
So we're going to try these at a little higher elevation.
All right. You know Doc, he's a guy who's got to prove something.
Yeah, I just like to push it.
Push the envelope. It's cool. I like it too. All right, Doc. Nice and slow. Push those elbows out. Yeah, it's going to work good. Excellent. Good. Push those elbows out to the side. Feel that chest stretch. Attaboy. Good. Excellent. And just like pushing those elbows out is important, pushing those elbows back to the middle is important as well. Good. All right, doing good. That looks great. Good. Look up a little bit just to keep that neck nice and straight and neutral. Tighten up that core. Pull that belly button in nice and tight. All right, you're doing great. Come on. These are the 3 or 4 reps that really count now. Come on. Attaboy. Good. All right, come on. You got 3 more, Doc. Come on. Deep. Come on. Attaboy. Good. All right, come on. Here we go. Come on. Squeeze it. Squeeze them together. Good. Feeling that warmth, knowing that that warm sensation is ideally exactly what you need. Come on. Attaboy. Come on, Doc. All right, come on. Go down there. Give me 3 pulses at the bottom and then drive. 3. Come on. 2. And drive. Attaboy. Good. Excellent.
I could have did it if it wasn't those pulses. But
Good job. I think this might be a good time to talk about that warm feeling that you feel in the muscles when you're at the end of the set. It's lactic acid building up, telling the muscle that it can't contract anymore. And ideally, we want to keep things safe, but that's exactly what we want. It's the 2 or 3 reps where that warmth really kicks in. Some people can take that better than others. My clients, some can't, and it's a tolerance of pain, but if you play trick on your mind and say, you know what, I want that because that's going to get me leaner, it's going to get me more muscular, it's going to build my bone density, it's exactly what you want in a controlled setting. So if it really hurts and you want to go away from it, sort of try to go towards it and try to attack it and embrace it and say that's exactly what the whole point of exercising to gain muscle and lose fat is about, and you got to get used to it and you want more of it.
yeah, in this case, I mean, I was a little precarious position, so I didn't want to hurt myself. That's
Right.
why I was basically at failure, so I know I couldn't have gone up, so I just collapsed on that. But
Right.
but that's what you want to do. You want to listen to your body, and after you do this for a while, it'll be real easy. You can know when you're getting to failure, and you do want to push it to failure because if you wimp out and you don't go to failure, you're not going to get the benefits. Almost 90% or more of the benefit of that exercise is in the last repetition. Last repetition,
You
right?
might be able to maintain your physique by going up to that point and stopping, but you can't improve it.
Yeah. Well, would you think it's 90% or is it less?
I think you're right on. I'd say 90%.
Yeah. So you want to push it. Don't whip out. Just really go and you go to your level. You always have to listen to what your body's telling you because it might be you're on the wall doing stand-up push-ups. Whatever it is. You work and you just gradually improve.
Just make sure that you get that isometric squeeze by pushing those fists together. Smush the silver dollar flat between those 2 fists right there, and you can get a really nice feeling just isometrically in your office or in the airplane ride. Like Doc tomorrow, he's flying out and he can do stuff like that in the chair. There's no excuses.
It'll be wonderful. The people behind me, they get a little nervous and upset, but I said, hey, you got to get in shape.
There you go. You can do it. Good job, Doc.